And if anybody else joins in, they can just have to catch up. But we'll start. Let's go to. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna pull up something else first.
Oh man, who? You saw that tornado yesterday? Well, it didn't really happen, but it was about to.
I went outside. I saw it was all like a weird greenish tint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was crazy. Wind picked up.
Yes. But it made it like it already had a thunderstorm, and I'm like, wait, I thought it was over, but this tornado came out of nowhere. So
yeah, I thought it was going to be another curfew text message.
Oh yeah, me too. It's a tornado storm. It's crazy. But it passed us though, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, At the one thing, at the another, I'm like, no.
All right. Arcs, we do just. It's kind of a lot like circles. It's
Yeah,
couple different ways we can draw arcs. I don't like this one, the center point arc. You just pick a point. You pick how long you want your radius. Say you want it to be 2 inches, and then you just control how much of the arc you want to display. All right. This arc has a 3-inch radius. We have 3-point arcs, which this one's not bad. You just pick the 3 points that you want the arc to be. And you can see this one, we have a radius of 1 inch down here. If we were to click on it, should be 1 inch. My software has been running slow today. Yep, 1 inch. And then we have what we call tangent arcs. That's an arc between 2 lines.
Yeah, that's the one that you had.
Yeah, say if I draw a line here and I draw a line here and I want to make an arc to connect those 2 lines together, I'd select arc and tangent arc. Just select the 2 lines. And it connects them together. So I'm going to show you today how to, we'll run through the process of drawing the line and then drawing the arc. Actually, you know what? I'll take you through a program real quick where we'll program an arc just so you can see like the slight differences versus programming a circle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I need to know that because I really want to do the assignment over because I'm mad because I thought I knew that, but I didn't because you didn't go over it.
Yeah,
I want to make sure I understand the code, the program of how to work it.
Like, yeah, that's on me. Let me, let's see. I'll do another center point arc, and we'll do one that's inch long. I picked the wrong spots. Hold on. All right. So I'll show you how to program that one. I'll erase this stuff for now. And then I'll show you, I already got a whiteboard pulled up on tangent arcs. So I'll show you how to program this kind of arc, and I'll show you how to program one like this. All right, so for the top one, we got a start point of X11, Y5. Just gonna type that in for the lesson. And somebody was telling me down in Kensington, they got the National Guard down there. There's like Humvees.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I live down there, so they got the military down there. They don't have the National Guards. Donald Trump took it away, so they more stricter now. But I don't think nobody gonna want to listen still. Like, and then they trying to open it back up June 15, and I'm like, what stores is gonna be open? They robbed most of them. They took all the ATMs. Like, it's just too much. It's too much stupid stuff. I don't understand. Like, what's going on in this world?
Yeah, I'm with you there.
We'll get better eventually.
All right, so we got X13 and Y7. And I'm going to draw the radius line here. I'm pretty sure that radius was 2.
Yeah.
All right, our radius was 2 inches. So we got X11. I'm ready to go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you. All right, and okay, let me label that. We got a radius of 2 inches. All right. I'll erase this. I'm going to move this over so we can get a better view of it. All right. Okay. Step 1, we have to enter the start position. And step 2 is going to involve both of these. Okay. Save this so I can send it to you. All right. All right. Stop this and, well, I'll go into CNC. I'm going to stop the share. Now I'll go into CNC. All right. Now I'll show you how to program that. So we got our G20. This is we're using inches. We have our M106 H plasma 1. Fabhead.mode equals cut. Okay, number 4, we designate our point of origin, which is G00, X0, Y0. Okay, now step number 5, we're actually going to, what, I didn't write those coordinates down. All right, we got X11, Y5, X13, Y7. All right, so our next line, we need to put in our start position, which is going to be X11, Y5, exactly. I'm going to put this in as step 1. All right, now we got our G603. We turn on our torch. And I found out you don't have to type in torch on or torch off, but I'll just type it in anyway.
Oh, okay. I just give me a reminder. That's all I be trying to do. I don't forget. But I got it down pick now.
Now we
so we're gonna do something different with this, right?
Sort of. Ooh, can't do that. We enter our command for the arc. We're gonna start clockwise, because we're starting at the 11.5. So we got a G02, because it's clockwise. That's the thing with arcs. They're not like circles. You have to know which direction the arc's moving. So if the path is traveling from left to right, it's clockwise. If it's traveling from right to left, it's counterclockwise. So we got a G02. We got to enter the endpoints of our arc, just like we would on a circle. X13. Well, if it was a circle, we could use the same coordinates as we did in number 5.
Oh.
For the arc, we just want to enter the endpoint, which is X13, Y7.
Right.
The easiest way to do it is the R method. You could put just R 2.0, and then it'll be done. And then I'll notate in here Step 2. Enter N coordinates of arc. Enter radius. And we'll also have to put the speed in this line.
Yeah, I was gonna say what happened to the speed. Are you still doing S25?
Yeah, we'll do it at 65. Just doesn't really matter. I'm doing it at 65 to save time when I show you how it draws out. Okay, and that's the only thing we should have to do. So M51, torch off. I'm doing that all morning. G00, raise up the torch, and return to the home position. Now, if this is correct, we should just have our arc. And we do. See? Starts at X11, Y5, ends at X13, Y7. We got our 2-inch arc. Now, if you wanted to use the I and J method, we have a horizontal change from the start point of 2 inches. So instead of putting the R, it would be I 2.0, J 0.
Okay.
J is when, from your start point, it's either up or down. If it's down, it's negative. If it's up, it's positive. I is coordinates on the left and right. If you move, if you move right, it's positive. If you move left, it's negative. But it's exactly the same program. So you can use either. I think it's easier just to put the R in.
I was gonna say the R. I was so mad. I'm like, oh my god. He said either or. I'm putting all it. Like I don't know. I think
Hey, I like the way you did it though. You're so far. You're the only one that did the I and J. That was impressive. All right. So all right. We'll close this out, and I'm going to bring up a photo here of the whiteboard that I did earlier, so I can kind of explain the tangent arc process. Okay, I'll send this to you too. All right. Okay, I drew this line from X1 to X5. Okay, so the first thing we would do, you know what? We would enter these coordinates as a G00 to start. Okay, and then step 2 would be a G01 command with the end of these. You know what? Let's just run through it. I feel better if we did that. Yeah, I think I saved it. CAD. Okay. Let me just, I'll send you the whiteboard with the instructions, and I'll explain what we're doing as we go along here. X1, Y1, X6. Okay. X6, Y6. x2, y6. 1, x1, y5, x1, y1. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to start over, and I'll notate this as we're going along. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is click on our line icon. Okay, we go to x1, y1, and we draw a line up to x1, y5. Hit our check mark. Okay, we go to x2, y6, and we're going to draw a line from to x6, y6. I got another line from x8, y4. I'm going to go down to x8, y1. And we're going to click on that, and we're going to go to our arcs, and we'll do tangent arcs. Click this line, take it to this line. Okay, we got a 1-inch radius there. Enter check. Click this line, take it over to here. We got a 2-inch radius there. So let me label this stuff. I'm just going to draw a couple reference lines for our radius here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the G code on the side of this drawing as we're going along.
Okay.
Let's, I'm going to annotate if it will ever come up. Why is it not coming up? There we go. Some text work in here. All right. No, not what I did. Text format. We'll do it in blue. Not that blue. Dark blue. All right. So our first point here. Hey, will you put that on? Sorry, I haven't ate lunch yet.
No, it's fine.
All right, so we got our first coordinate, x1, y1. We got our next coordinate here is x1, y5. Got our next coordinate up here. Got x2, y6. Got this coordinate x6, y6. Got here x8, y4. And down here at the bottom, we have x8, y1. right. Let's move these around a little bit. And we'll put little X's on our coordinate markers. I didn't do this for anybody else, just for you. You're my favorite.
Really?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely, you are.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to be the best that I can be for my own self.
You're doing a real good job. You're doing a really good job. All
Listen,
right,
I need this money. Like, I need it.
this radius is 1 inch. And this radius is 2 inches. Why do they make these annotation boxes so big? Crazy. All right, and I'll put little X's on the start lines of the radius. That's our radius origin. All right. So we're going to write out this G code as we're going along, step by step. All right. So right here is going to be, change this to black. This is going to be step 1. This is going to be our step 2. Step 3 I'm going to put in here because these two kind of work together. This is going to be step 4. These two work together, so this is going to be step 5. And last down here, we got step 6. All right. We're going to switch back to blue, and we're going to go through this G code. And I will label it as we're going along. Which step, I'll put that in parentheses. All right, so a little bit, there we go. Change the blue, get our G20, M106, H plasma 1. Have our fab head mode equals cut. All right, line number 4, we always identify our point of origin, X0, Y0. Okay, now this is where step 1 comes in. We move the torch to, it's going to be a G00, X1. Man, what am I doing? X1, Y1. Put in parentheses. I wonder if I can change the color now. No, man, that's terrible. All right. This is step 1. Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Okay, step 1. All right, now we have our G603. Need to turn the torch to turn on. Okay. All right, our next line is going to be a G01 command. That's the command for a line, linear movement with the torch on. And we put in the coordinates for step 2. And the first line after M50, you have to designate a speed rate. So we'll just say 65 feet per minute. It doesn't matter for this example. Okay. So that brings us to this point. Now we're going to program in this arc. So we drew in our line. We're going to program this arc now. So we have to put in the endpoints. And because we started here, we're moving around. This is clockwise. And when, just for reference, when we get to this one's also clockwise. If we started here and went around, they'd both be counterclockwise. But G02, X2, Y6, and you just put your radius in, R1. That's step 2.
Okay.
I'm going to say end of arc. Just a little bigger. And radius. I'm sorry.
So if you don't,
that was step 3. My bad.
Yeah, we only did 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
All right.
So this was step 2. I forgot to label it. All right.
Okay.
Step 2. And this is the end of vertical line. All right. Step 1. That was the start of vertical line. All right. Okay. Now, we're already at this point. So to draw this line, we just need to put in a G01 with these end coordinates. So we put in a G01. We did a G01 for this line, G02 for the arc. Now we're going to do a G01 for this line. Put in the end coordinates, X6, Y6. Okay, that's step 4. End of horizontal line. Okay, so now we're already at this point. Now we need to program the arc. So all we need is the end point because we're already at the start point. So that's another G02. Put in the end point, X 8.0, Y 4.0. And R 2.0 because it's a 2-inch radius. This is step 5. And we'll call that arc number 2. I'll call the other one arc number 1. Oh, you turd. Okay. All right. Now all we have to do is move from the end of the arc to the end of this vertical line. That's going to be a G01 because it's a straight line. Put in the end of the line, which is X8, Y1. And this was step 6. End of
So you have to do it like that? Like it look like a pattern, like G01, G02.
Yeah, you have to do it like that. You have to put in the line command G01, and then the G02, and then another G01, another G02. So think of it, anytime there's a straight line, it's a G01, and anytime there's an arc, it'll be G02. And I'll write that down below here for you. Okay. So then we just have our, we're done all our cuts. It'd be M51 torch off. G00Z negative 0.5, G00 X0 Y0. So we got all that handled. There's our G code. Should probably put some up here.
And this is arc.
These are tangent arcs.
Change your arc. Oh, tangent.
Tangent.
Oh, tangent. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was like similar to the one that you sent, because it was like five coordinates. I'm like, what the? Yeah.
Okay. So we'll.
So that's what I have to do.
Yep, this is what you have to do. I'll put some more labels in here.
All right, that's not like hard. Like
no, it's not hard.
It's just different.
Just some extra steps.
Yeah. I just gotta remind myself, like, this is based on like a pattern type. The other one, I gotta have start and end coordinates. Like,
yeah.
The circle is.
Yeah, it's just like if you were doing a circle with the R method, it's 2 arcs. So it's real similar. But I mean, if you're more comfortable with INJ, you can do it that way.
No, I'm doing the radius. I'm not writing all that. I'm doing it the smart and easy way. Thank you.
So this is horizontal. I'm gonna make the text a little smaller so I can fit all this in here. Okay. And I'll draw a line going here. All right. Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay. Draw. Um, okay, and last but not least, I'll do this one over here. I'll do it out here. Okay. This will be the last thing. All right. So we save this. I'll send you a copy of this. And I have this G code actually. Let me see if there's anything else I should put in here. Oh, I'll make another note here in red. Yeah, I'll leave it at that so it's not too confusing. Other than line number 5, G00X1Y1, all the other coordinates are endpoints. So just kind of put that in as a notation. All right, let me put this down here. All right. Save this again. All right. Stop this share. We're going to go back in the flash cut. Okay. We're going to CNC. And I'm going to pull up okay. I'll send you a copy of this also. Annotate, save. Okay. So we actually, I typed out this G code, just like we did in the drawing. Same exact layout. There's some notes here. We'll close it out and we'll go ahead and run it. Moves to 1-1, starts making the cut, goes to the end point, cuts around, hits the horizontal line, cuts the arc, and finishes up. All right, that's it for today, Sophia. We will. I'll send you copies of the whiteboard and I'll send you a copy of the video.
Okay.
But and we'll meet at the same time tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.